Hello, and welcome, my Libra collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross-watchers. Welcome to our timeless shadow reading. I am your reader, Markangelo Lyons, Mal. For short, they are my initials. Venus in Libra. I am a professional witch, a professional intuitive, the president of Drawing the Circle Productions since 1998, author of 2 different books with a 3rd one on the way. First one is called Spell Ingredients. Second one is called Words of Grace. Words of Grace does have a Kindle version available, and there is a link that you can click and preview it for free, the Kindle version. You'll see it's mostly divided into chakra chapters. The first 3 cards down are all chakra oriented. You might find it helpful. The original version of Words of Grace is available in our digital shop on patreon.com/Drawing the Circle, as well as the only place at the time of this recording to find my first book, Spell Ingredients, although it's going to be on the new website, which is in progress. Some of my subscribers get those ebooks, as well as we have audios and videos there in the shop. They just get it depending on what level of subscription automatically. The majority of my subscribers get 3 benefits in common: a daily check-in. Pretty much every morning I send them an unlisted YouTube live stream link, and we chat with each other about the day's astrological weather, always ending with some sort of spiritual practice to send us on our way, and it's the best way for me to start the day, considering what I do for a living 24/7, 365. They also get all the extended readings, the part 2s to the part 1s here on YouTube. All of my extended readings are timeless and relationship-based, stuff-oriented, whatever you want to call it, as well as they get a significant discount when they book me for a private session. We'll talk about that at the end of the video. If you want more info, coolest thing I've ever done, you can follow for free. You can 7-day free trial. Anyone can go watch the free previews and the videos and the free previews for the audios in the shop. So click the link, check it out, and come Patreon on Patreon. Because I am the Archangel of Lions, Markangelo Lyons, but you can just call me Mal. Hi, Libras. Oh my God, I love being Venus in Libra. And at the time of this recording, we're going to be getting some cool trines from Jupiter now in Gemini. How exciting is that? So we'll do some explanation for the new cross-watchers and Libras who are tuning in for the first time. So welcome. We're doing what's called a 5-card draw, 1 card from 5 different decks to get you clues, tips, and hints about absolutely anything intuitively. In this case, the shadow work, the releasing, the letting go, the spiritual alchemy from shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace, toxicity to health, and we will start that off with a Caroline Myss archetype card for the 8th chakra. I learned about the 8th chakra from Caroline Myss, that's M-Y-S-S. She is a PhD in her book Anatomy of the Spirit, though this deck is based in her work in Sacred Contracts, life-changing work, so we'll get one of those for the 8th chakra that sends down the codes to all the other chakras underneath it, shifting what we attract and what we repel in our electromagnetic field, so we have the opportunity, the free will, to no longer delay what cannot be prevented in our own healing, our shadow work, our forgiving, our letting go, and all of that. The next 4 chakras down, the internal feminine energy. We will be using 1 card from the Daughters of the Moon Tarot to get the stuff that maybe you share with the outside world, maybe you don't. Free will, throat chakra, and all of that. The lower 3 chakras, the masculine energy, the yang dynamic, relationships in the physical world, looking at ourselves from the outside, maybe us from the inside, looking out at people, places, and things in which we have relationships in the physical world. We will be using the Mythic Tarot for that, one of my favorite tarot decks. That will take care of all of the chakras from 8 to root. We will then get a whisper from the Whispers of Lord Ganesha, the Hindu elephant-headed god of success, prosperity, and remover of obstacles. And there are 3 atoms in between lead and gold on the periodic table that cannot be created or destroyed, only changed, transformed, released, surrendered. I just say alchemized. It's pretty easy. This is a bookie book read, so I will read a little bit from the bookie book, and we will end with a Matt Kahn healing mantra, because these are healing reads. Now, this is the uncomfortable kind of reading in the sense that, you know, when I gotta let go of now, it's shadow work needs to get done, but there's a higher purpose to it, you see, because we're all one. I know it does not look that way. It's called the illusion of separation for a purpose. So as one of us alchemize even a little teeny tiny bit, we jump to a more golden rather than leaded timeline and taking everybody else along with us. Of course, everyone has free will. So that being said, that takes care of our explanation. Let's get into the divination. Both feet on the floor if you can. I will do the same. Focus on your breath if you will, and I promise I will do anything I can. I mean, I am a healer. I don't do so much hands-on healing that much anymore. I'm sort of retired from that. But I am a spiritual counselor, so I literally will help anyone that I can within my power to help anyone alchemize from shadow to light, light to gold, pain to peace, toxicity to health, from fear to love, for a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser life, and a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser way for a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser world. There ain't nothing wrong with that. Shall we? There's the explanation. Let's do the divination. Please take a nice deep breath. Here we go. Still point. Pantheonic override. Place for everything, and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space for the well-being of all and with harm to none. As we will it, so let it be done. Beloved pantheons of the divine, one card in clarity, please. What is the dominant archetype in the 8th chakra? For us, Libra Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and our cross-watchers, indicating the spiritual alchemy from shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace, shifting us from toxicity to health and fear to love, illusion to truth. For this timeless reading, ooh, the magical child. Ooh, Taurus had this. I thought that sounded familiar. Written on the card here is a shadow attribute and a light attribute. Shadow and light. I call this lead and this gold, with 3 metaphoric atoms between the 3. So the shadow attribute, or the lead, pessimism, depression, and disbelief in miracles. Been there, done that, have the soggy tear-stained t-shirt, believing that energy and action are not required for growth. Now that makes sense for a child, but we all have an inner child, right? So not everybody may have the magical child archetype, but everybody has the child archetype. I do have the magical child archetype. So the light we're shooting for, seeing the potential for sacred beauty in all things. You got to see my garden that I'm doing up here in Saratoga. Freaking gorgeous. It's getting there. The belief that everything is possible. Now, I'm like that. I am a Virgo sun sign, so it's like, possible, probable, right? It's like, I'm pretty powerful. I'm a very well-trained witch, but, you know, I still can't, like, orb, you know, or whatever. Samantha Stevens myself, you know, otherwise I'd probably be in the Caribbean and then come right back. So let's look at the next 4 chakras down with the Daughters of the Moon Tarot. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. My goddesses override. A place for everything, and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space, for the well-being of all, and with harm to none. As we will it, so let it be done. My beloved goddesses, please, one card in clarity for us, Libra Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and our cross-watchers. What's going on? Heart, third eye crown, internal, yin-internal dynamic, to assist us to alchemize the magical child for this timeless shadow read. Excellent. 10 of Pentacles, harvest. Now on the inside, right, an earth element, it's not about your biological organs, thank the gods, but it is about wisdom that we have gained from experiences in the physical world. Knowledge is not wisdom. Knowledge applied is wisdom, right? You got to experience it. You read every cookbook in the world until you actually put blowtorch to sugar. You do not have creme brulee wisdom, and that's okay. I'm a potion witch. I don't mess with blowtorches, though I am Leo rising, one would think. So interesting. So a very wise child, a nice harvest, but sometimes we have wisdom in us that we don't realize we have until perhaps we dip into the shadow, right? And that child in us can call upon the divine as parent, because, you know, you do you. So, lower 3 chakras, outside in, inside out. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. My gods override. Place for everything, and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space for the well-being of all and with harm to none. As we will it, so let it be done. My beloved gods, one card in clarity, please. Outside in, inside out, lower three chakra dynamic relationships in the physical world. One card in clarity, please, to assist us, Libras and our cross watchers. What's going on that we need to know about in the physical world here? To assist us in alchemizing the magical child with harvest on the inner for this timeless read. Major Arcana, Death card. Okay, this is Hades. It is a Greek mythology deck. And, you know, Hades is the lord of the underworld, the god of death, but he's not a murderer, all right? He's the ender of suffering. And if you ever watched some near-death experience videos here on YouTube, they're quite fascinating and sort of take the fear of death away. Now, is this a literal death? Could be, but I know one thing for sure: when it's a major arcana card and a general read that I do on YouTube, it usually concerns all the chakras in that zone. In this case, the lower three chakras could be going through a transformation, right? Doesn't a child transform into, well, I guess a tween, and then an adolescent, and then an adult, and on and on and on? So this could be about maturity. This could be about a situation that you are in that has transformed. Now, there's a difference between a change and a transformation, right? Like you can take water and freeze it into ice, but then melt it, right? So that's a change. It's a state change. Transformations, you can't go back. It's like burning a cookie, right? You can't unburn the cookie. You can't unburn the cookie, Mal. But, you know, he is a God of great compassion in my experience. So, you know, there's a beautiful aspect to this because you have everything you need within you. I know you've heard it before. It does not always seem that way. So if you're feeling a little pessimistic about a transformation that you are going through, it's happening for us. I will include myself in this. For us, not to us. Like my career is going through a major transformation. New website, right? Just all this new stuff going on. And I have an office downstairs now that I'm taking clients, right? So I'm busier than ever. That's why this used to be a 7-card draw and an 8-card draw. Now it's a 5-card draw because I got a lot going on. Plus, you know, a kitten and a garden and a lot of housework and laundry and all of that. So yeah, there's a lot of transformation going on. Everything changes, but can only change us for the better, and we usually see that in retrospect. So let's ask Lord Ganesh. This is one of the 2 bookie book readings. I'm just going to read a little bit from it, but remember, he's the remover of obstacles, and he's absolutely lovely. I love Ganesh. Please take a nice deep breath. Very big in yoga studios too, apparently. Still point. Ganesha override. A place for everything. And everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space. For the well-being of all and with harm to none. As we will it, so let it be done. Beloved Lord Ganesh, one card in clarity, please, the perfect and precise, loving, wise, empowered oracle message to assist us Libras and our cross watchers to alchemize the magical child in the 8th, harvest on the inner, the death card on the outer for this timeless shadow read. Enlightenment. All right, definitely a crown chakra vibe there with all of that violet going on there. Card number 27. Now look, in the opposite of enlightenment, you can play with the word if you like. We're cardinal air, right? We can do that. The opposite of enlightenment is endarkenment, or if you like, enheavyment, right? So that heaviness of depression and pessimism. It's lead. Lead has 3 more atoms than gold, making it heavier. So it feels like there is a lightening up here. And, you know, that's a very, very powerful thing. But, you know, are we always in a state of enlightenment? We do our best. So connect to your true source to manifest your desires. Now, what's your true source? Right? It's like I learned a long time ago that we think of our careers, our work career and vocation as the source of our abundance, but it's not. They are channels of abundance, just as an example, right? Source is the universe. So the color purple is associated with being, art, creativity, and spirituality. It is considered a color of honor, courage, and is sometimes associated with royalty. That's fabulous. Ganesha is sharing the purple hue to assist you with your spiritual journey inside yourself, where we've got that harvest going on there. By connecting with him and this energy, you will be redirected back to your true enlightened nature. And I have had moments of enlightenment where it's like sometimes being struck by lightning, like the Tower card, like light equals truth. So getting struck by truth is like being struck by lightning. It might come that way, but it is as a result, or maybe it is the cause of this death, this transformation. I just don't feel like this is completely a literal death. It is a general read. You do you, obviously. All right. Last card down, Macon Healing Mantra, and I've said it before, I will say it again. Air signs have a little edge when it comes to mantras and affirmations and breath work. Anything with the element of air using the mind, but Libra in particular can create, and creativity seems to be a big part of this, and coming from that place of that magical child where anything is possible. That's very, very freeing and very, very enlightening. Please take a nice deep breath. Ascended Masters override. A place for everything and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space for the well-being of all and with harm to none. As you will it, so let it be done. Beloved Ascended Masters, one card in clarity, please. The perfect and precise healing mantra to assist us Libra collectives and our cross-watchers to alchemize the magical child in the 8th. 10 of Pentacles harvest on the inner, Death card on the outer, removing obstacles with Enlightenment for this timeless shadow read. Greeting Wellness, I get this one a lot. Balance is the key to a life of infinite miracles. Now I'm going to read this one completely from the bookie book, because now, because of the result of this card, since I moved up here doing this mantra pretty much daily, I've shifted to a primarily plant-based diet, right? So the nutritional part of it, been doing yoga, of course, working out in the yard and building a garden and just, you know, a new house and all of that. I've definitely had to keep my balance. Now, by the way, balance is certainly a word for Libra, considering the scales, right? Greeting Wellness. Hello, Wellness. How you doing? How's the wife and kids? A, B, C, D, E, F, G. The alphabet still works. Balance is the key to a life of infinite miracles. When wellness is welcomed, you are taking responsibility for the upkeep and preservation of your body as your sacred vessel of spiritual growth. Now, spiritual growth leads to enlightenment, but I'll also say you probably have the wisdom already, like you've done this before. You might need to up your game with this transformation, because if you're going to go through an alchemical process, you want to make sure you're eating right, exercising. Hydration is great, big, huge. A little, you know, Lord Retinol along the way is helpful as well. In balance, you may come to see how endless wanting only creates more things to want. Absolutely true. When operating from patterns of instant gratification isn't fast enough. Postcards from the Edge. Carrie Fisher. You are likely chasing after happiness that is out of reach as your body remains out of balance. This is resolved by learning to care for the body physically, emotionally, energetically, and nutritionally. As your life comes into greater balance, you will likely sense true happiness, not as the end result of specific outcomes, but as the energy created by taking the time to truly care for yourself. So look, this is very much a Libra thing. Libra, 7th house, right? Ruled by Venus. Your relationship to your body is a one-on-one relationship. Just saying. That's very, very much a Libra vibe. This mantra is ideal for cultivating self-love, improving self-worth, and letting go of compulsive tendencies. And I have my compulsive tendencies like everybody else. What do you think? After doing this, doing prayer and meditation and makeup and camera and all of that stuff, what do you think I do? Right? It's like usually I'm like Netflixing or watching YouTube videos, and I know there are other things that I have to do. But as long as I am like crossing the T's and dotting the I's to the best of my ability, eat right, exercise, sleep, all of that stuff, then I know that I'm doing the best that I can. And I got to tell you, I've been working this mantra for a couple of weeks now every day, and it's been very, very powerful. So if you're new, I never have any idea, obviously, what's going to happen once I hit record on our lovely HD camera here at Drawing the Circle Productions. But for this next part called a blessimation, a combination of the word blessing and summation, I really have no idea, because before I hit the record button, I surrender my will completely to the divine. Shall we? One last time, at least for this reading. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. May we end as we began. Pantheonic override. I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine on behalf of us Libra Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and our cross-watchers who are watching this video and drawn to this reading. May we be blessed with all that we need to alchemize our shadow to light, our lead to gold, our pain to peace, shifting us from toxicity to health by greeting wellness, because balance is the key to a life of infinite miracles, which is also in this card, but we will get there. And by removing obstacles, by moving toward our own enlightenment, perhaps calling on Ganesh or whatever God, master, teacher, angel, schmangel, whatever, to assist us in that process, because we are going through some sort of transformation here with the death card in the physical world, if that's looking at ourselves or from the outside looking at a situation that may completely seem to have gone to crap, but only to rise, because crap does make good fertilizer, because we've got the wisdom inside of ourselves. We've been through it. We're old enough, even though we're dealing with the magical child, to draw upon that wisdom, to pay attention to what's going on in the heart, throat, third eye, and crown, to really move us forward away from compulsive behaviors and into a healthier life as we become the golden magical child, seeing the potential for sacred beauty in all things, the belief that everything is possible for happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser lives, in a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser way, for a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser world for each and every one of us, for the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it. So let it be done. So let it be. So it is. Pretty good for a shadow read. I mean, you know, the death card is sometimes, well, positive, negative, location, location, location. But I know for sure, Z's, that mantra will help, because it's helping me, but you gotta work it for it to work. If you liked this reading, if it gave you a clue, a tip of hand, a little uplift, a little insight, hit the thumbs up. The like button does help other people find the reading. If you want more of me here on YouTube and you haven't subscribed yet, give it a shot, because I'm not stopping. I get a kick out of doing these general reads, although I'm much better in a one-on-one situation, because that's what my training is in. I've been reading tarot since I'm 12 years old. I'm 55 at the time of this recording. I know I don't look at thanks. Thank you, Saint Rhett, and all of the rapid wrinkle repairing. And certainly if you want the deeper dive, more magic, more miracles, more mysticism, more Malcolm Patreon on Patreon. We're just having so much fun over there. I love my patrons. A lot of them have become close friends. Some were close friends to begin with, like the person who is doing my website I met on Patreon. She's just wonderful. We got a lot of cool stuff going on over there. The digital shop is lovely. You can follow for free. You can 7-day free trial. Just click the link and go look at the menu and come Patreon on Patreon with the Archangel of Lions, Markangelo Lions. But you can just call me Mal. And honestly, the best work that I can do right now, aside from everything else that's required of me, is taking client spiritual counseling as well as readings. So I made a video last year. There will be a new one made called Booking Private Sessions with Mal, because I moved from Holbrook, where, you know, I made this video last year. I didn't know I'd be moving up here. I knew I'd get here eventually, but not as quickly as it happened. So I will be making a new one, but the basics are in there. What I charge, why I charge it, the Patreon discount, we discuss it in there, right? I'm now doing readings at the Magic Moon in Saratoga Springs. I have 3 days set aside. They let me know somebody books. I come in, I read them. Then I come home. And then I, read other people or hang out with the cats and, watch Netflix. It's the thing that happens around here. Like I said, I do have an office downstairs that I am seeing clients in, but I gotta get to know the people before I invite them in the house, particularly if they're allergic to cats, because then this is kind of a death trap for them. Bring an EpiPen, I guess. But the most important thing that I can say, I forgot this part, the majority of the work that I do in spiritual counseling and readings is on a video call. So what happens is after we book the session, right before the session, I send my client a Zoom link. They come into my Zoom platform. We record the whole thing so they don't gotta memorize or take notes or any of that. At the end of the reading, I send them a link so they can download it to their device. They tell me they downloaded it and I deleted it because confidentiality is so important in this line of work, right? It's like you do not want to... I took vows of confidentiality. That's what these cords are. They hold my vows as reminders. So I will not violate confidentiality, but the client can do whatever they want with that reading. I don't know, knock yourself out. But the most important thing that I say in that video, title hovering over my head, I've never turned anybody away because of lack of finances. I know what it's like to be flat broke and need some help. Where there is a witch, there is a way. I am a witch, so we make a way, even if it's pay it forward to someone else, as long as we're all in agreement, I will do the service because that's what I am here to do. So click the link, check it out. It's a really, really good video. It makes my mom laugh, so even after the new one comes out, I'll still keep it up just because it makes my mom laugh. And I'm the president, and I get to make that kind of decision. And honestly, I love this reading. I really, really do. Like, I can connect with the magical child very easily, but I know as soon as I start feeling a little pessimistic, even a little depressed, right? I take deep rest, right? Gotta rest myself, gotta take care of the inner child, as it were. So since we are Venus-based, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, etc., even our cross-watchers know that the love that we give ourselves is the greatest gift that we can give ourselves, and our heart overflows and we can give of the overflow, and certainly that's going to bring on some enlightenment pretty quick. So thank you so much for watching. Wishing you all the very, very best and the very, very blessed of the rest of your day and your lifetime. Hang in there. We can do this. Heal. Farewell, and blessed be.